Welcome to the Poetry Moment featuring Mark Doty's poem, Brilliance. I'm Sarah Luckadoo. This poem shines with a coppery glitter. Mark Doty, known for his descriptive powers, holds this poem up to the light so we can see its colors, gold and bronze and copper, as he tells us a story about a dying man. Doty, who has won a National Book Award and the T.S. Eliot Poetry Prize, began writing in the midst of the AIDS crisis. A gay man who watched many of his friends and then his partner die of the disease, Doty turned to writing about the epidemic. In the Los Angeles Times Book Review, Ray Gonzalez wrote, "Doty goes beyond the triumph of the plague to write about life beyond this dark century. He has the courage to extract beauty out of the living moments created by death." Usually, Doty's poetry is laced with metaphor. Poetry can't solely occupy the position of directness, Doty explains. Poetry likes to find oblique ways to approach its materials. Otherwise, it feels incomplete. But in this poem, Brilliance, Doty tells a straight, descriptive narrative. The epidemic is represented in a direct way, in a story from a friend of his, a poet who volunteered with people with AIDS. Doty explained in an episode of Hoko Palizzo's interview show, The Writing Life, the poem is so concerned with attachment and detachment and the way as human beings we oscillate between those two poles. Ultimately, Doty said, this poem is about choosing to love the world, even on the brink of death. And now, Brilliance by Mark Doty.
It's called Brilliance. Maggie's taking care of a man who's dying. He's attended to everything, said goodbye to his parents, paid off his credit card. She says, why don't you just run it up to the limit? But he wants everything squared away. No balance owed, though he misses the pets he's already found a home for. He can't be around dogs or cats, too much risk. He says, I can't have anything. She says, a bowl of goldfish? He says he doesn't want to start with anything, and then describes the kind he'd maybe like, how their tails would fan to a gold flaring. They talk about hot jewel tones, gold lacquer, say maybe they'll go pick some out, though he can't go much of anywhere. And then abruptly he says, I can't love anything, I can't finish. He says it like he's had enough of the whole scintillant world, though what he means is he'll never be satisfied, and therefore has established this discipline, a kind of severe rehearsal. That's where they leave it. Him looking out the window, her knitting as she does because she needs to do something. Later, he leaves a message. Yes to the bowl of goldfish. Meaning, let me go, if I have to, in brilliance. In a story I read, a Zen master who'd perfected his detachment from the things of the world remembered, at the moment of dying, a deer he used to feed in the park, and wondered who might care for it, and at that instant was reborn in the stunned flesh of a fawn. So, Maggie's friend, is he going out into the last loved object of his attention, fanning the veined translucence of an opulent tail, undulant in some uncapturable curve? Is he bronze chrysanthemums, copper leaf, hurried darting, doubloons, icon-colored fins troubling the water?